Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us on Between the Covers. My name is Bradley Shaw, and tonight is joining us a new Australian author, the young and lovely Taylor Skye, who has written a book, The Crystal Cave, which is coming out very soon. So good evening, Taylor. How are you?
Good.
That's good. Thank you for joining us tonight. So tell us all about The Crystal Cave. What is your story all about for everybody?
Well, it's about a dog and a girl that go to the beach and they find a crystal cave.
Okay, that's the simplest answer. What is it? What is the girl's name? What's the dog's name? What are they?
Lucy's the girl's name and Puddles is the dog's name.
Okay, so when you were writing this story, did you have Puddles and Lucy in your head, or did you just find it as a, I guess when the illustrations evolved, she became real? Like, how did you see it when you wrote the story?
Well, kind of just popped into my head, honestly. I didn't even know what colour her hair was. I didn't even really know it was curly.
Yeah?
It was just a name and a dog.
So do you think you're Lucy when you were writing it? Did you feel like that was something you would do and you would have your dog? Did you share that sort of adventure or connection to it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I take it by that, when you wrote the story, you hadn't visualized its next step of being published? Was it something you didn't think would happen, or was it just a story you were writing?
Honestly, it was actually written for school, and we took it in. The teacher didn't like it.
She didn't like it. Yeah, that's no good. So it came to us via somebody, I think, from your school. Somebody sent it to us, and we liked it, and we rang you and we talked to you about it. Did you get excited then that you realised that story could actually be quite good and become a book that people will buy?
Yeah, and also it wasn't from the school. It was a family friend.
Friend, was it? Yeah, I knew it came outside of you directly. I knew someone. They sort of snuck it over to us, and we were like very impressed. They did very well, because you're only in what year are you in school?
Year 4, and I was only in year 3 when I wrote it, and I was 8.
That's right. That's a lot of talent there for a very young lady. So well done. So now, as I understand it too, this is the first of a few books you've got coming up. You've written a few little stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Lucy and Puddles, is there going to be another story of theirs, or is this the one-off for them?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking of some other ones, but I'm not quite sure.
Very good. So how did you find the writing process involved engaging into the animation? Like when we created the illustrations, when you saw them, what did you first think? Like, how did you find that?
I thought it was pretty cool to actually see a book that I wrote, and seeing the illustrations gave me an idea of what I wanted it to kind of look like. Good.
Did you share it with your friends? Have you told anyone yet, or?
My whole class knows.
Do they? Well, I got to buy a copy. Remember, make sure they buy one. Well, that's good. And are they happy? Are they excited for you?
Yeah, my teacher is. My teacher won't never stop talking about it.
Oh, good. Have you showed her the cover?
Yes, I think. The front cover.
Yeah. So how about Mum and Dad and everybody in your family? Have they been excited for you? I know they've been very supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you learned, do you think? Do you think you've learned something through this process, through writing a story and then seeing it get published? Have you learned something?
I'm not sure.
Well, I think you probably have. You just probably haven't realised yet how much you've learned, because it's a very, I guess it's involved a process. Like creating a book is very, very complicated. But you've done really well. You've written a wonderful story. And what was it you found really, I guess, the most exciting part of the story for you when you want other kids to enjoy?
When they do look into the crystals and it tells the future.
Yeah, that was
That's
pretty
the
cool.
most exciting part of the story.
Yeah. So what are your goals when you get older? Are you going to keep writing?
Yeah, maybe.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do when you leave school? What do you at the moment? What are your plans?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you have pets? Do you have animals where you are? Do you look after animals?
Well, we have a bird and we have like a lot of horses.
A bird and a lot of horses. Well, that sounds like a children's book just there. So what do you do when you're not writing, when you're not creating and
Normally I'm on the iPad if we're down in Melbourne, but if we're in the country, I'm probably out with my horses.
Okay. Okay. So, and what I don't know, what do you enjoy most? This story was about going to the beach. Do you go to the beach much?
Not very much, but I do
No?
really enjoy it when I go.
Yeah. Where do you go? Which beach? You're in Melbourne, in St Kilda, or do you go out to Geelong? Or
I don't know.
which one?
Venus Bay mostly.
Okay. Beautiful. Well done. Yeah. So, do you have any questions for us about publishing or about anything you want to know about your book? And it's okay to share with the readers. They're going to watch. For everybody watching, this is Taylor, and this is possibly, I would imagine, her first interview as an author of a children's book called The Crystal Cave, and she's doing wonderful. So I'm talking to everybody out there in the world, Taylor, so don't worry. I know it sounds weird. But yeah, so tell us something more about yourself. Like when you were writing, do you find the ideas come to you easily? Do you find it's just something you can write well, or do you have to get help from mum?
I have help to keep me focused.
Yeah.
Or otherwise I go off into a completely different story and then come back and then go into a completely different story.
You'll find that a lot of professional writers even do that. Some of the best in the world still wander around in their imagination. It's part of the skill, I think, of having that imagination is a gift. So well done. So what was I going to say? What are your goals for the next book? So I think we've got a couple of books coming. Saving Scruff, is that the next one?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've really taken to this writing cycle. You like it?
I do enjoy writing.
Yeah. Do you draw as well, or do you just write?
Normally just write.
Yeah. Okay. What do you enjoy doing most other than writing? What other things do you do? Than horses when you can?
I normally hang out with either my family and friends. I horse ride. I play with my pets.
Yep.
Read. I do read a lot.
What do you read? What do you like to
read? I read lots of Roald Dahl books and mostly Roald Dahl books.
Yeah.
And animal books.
Okay, that's good. So what's your favourite Roald Dahl book?
Fantastic Fox.
Very good. Well, look, what do you hope readers get out of your book when they're reading your book? What do you hope they enjoy?
The experience of it.
Yeah. So following Lucy on her adventure and Puddles. Okay, we'll just take that as a yes. How's that? So everybody watching, I'm just going to talk to everybody watching for a moment, Taylor. Everybody watching, thank you for joining in. As I said, this is Taylor Skye, and she's the author of The Crystal Cave, which is available to you in August. And everyone, please grab a copy of this book. You can get it at your local bookstore, and we encourage you to support local businesses. And also you can buy it online, anywhere books are sold as well. So congratulations, Taylor, and thank you for joining us tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And thank you everybody for watching and supporting Taylor, our young new Australian author who's got a big career ahead of her for writing, I'm sure. So yeah, very proud of you. Well done. And we look forward to things coming more so from all your talent. We'll say good night. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you everyone watching. Have a good one. Take care. Now.